Hey guys, it's Real. Welcome back to another live game commentary. Today we are playing some Warwick in the jungle. Haven't played Warwick in a long old time. He's a really good jungler to play in solo queue. If you like tanky people, but are also champions that are good at one-on-one, mono fighting, he's a really good solid choice in the old jingle jangle. And also on top of that, he's ridiculously easy to play. So I always recommend that people play Warwick. Like, you really can't go wrong with this champion. He's a really good solo queue champion, basically. Nothing more to say about it. So, first things first, guys, for your runes. I've gone for something a little bit different here, guys. We're going to go for a more aggressive rune page here, okay? We're not going for the standard press the attack page. We're going for Predator. Predator, obviously, giving you that big old move speed. Essentially just like having Ghost on Warwick, which works really well, honestly, when you are just running at people like Warwick tends to do. So let me don't do my chickens here. Screw it, we'll do our chickens here. Basically what I'm going to be doing here, guys, is a heavy farm clear in that early, because hey, Warwick is pretty good at farming the jungle, because look at it, he can't die. Don't know if you've noticed that, but this champion does not die in the jungle. Once we get our blue buff especially, that'll become very apparent. His AoE clears absolutely suck, which is why you're going to want to rush a Tiamat on him, which is why I also have my rejuvenation bead here. So that it builds into Tiamat and I don't actually need the potions on Warwick, because he's got such good sustain. Warwick is a really good beginner jungler for that reason. Like, he's simple to play, and he has this like endless sustain, which basically means that you don't really have to think about. He's extremely unpunishing to play. Is that a word? Can I say that? I don't know if that's a word or not, but I'm going to use it anyway. I don't think I can gank bot lane right here. Maybe in a bit. Now, your E is one of the most OP abilities in the game, by the way. It's what makes Warwick so darn hard to kill. You legitimately just don't take damage while it's up. It's actually incredible. I mean, when you get some ranks in it, obviously, it's more like that, but god damn, it reduces, even at rank 1, it's reducing all damage by like 35%. It's absolutely ridiculous. Okay. Let's see whether I can do something to this mid lane here. I'm sniffing him, I'm going to pop my E here, flash onto him, hold down our Q, and he's dead. It's important that you want to hold down your Q when you're playing Warwick, because then your bite actually follows people. Else you just nibble them. You don't really want to nibble them. You want to pop it like. Do you know what I mean? So yeah. No, I didn't really mention the other parts of my runes, but they're kind of self-explanatory here. Relentless Hunter is a good choice instead of Ultimate Hunter, but I feel like, you know, your Ultimate Warwick is just so OP. Like, just have that up as much as you can, you know. Everything else is kind of standard here, more or less. There are some. If you want to change these runes are fine, obviously, but if you do want to change them, there's nothing wrong with changing them. Like, feel free to do so. So the cool thing about the jungle route that I did this game, excuse me, is you take your Krugs really early, which means they respawn really early. And on this second respawn specifically, the amount of experience that they give is absolutely through the roof. This is going to give me like almost a whole level. Probably, well, I guess like 5.5 from killing these. And especially with the way this game's gone for me, I have my Tiamat, which means I'm going to kill these really fast. And it's beautiful. It's beautiful stuff. I'm actually going to max my Q as well this game. But this is something that people always disagree with when it comes to skill orders on Warwick. Whether you want to max your Q first or your W first, whether you want like 2 or 3 points in W and then max Q. You know, people just have loads of different ideas here. So I think, hello, what you're doing? This is my jungle. Just gonna ward it out. I don't need to shoo him off too much. He'll get that crab in the river, but that's okay. We have no control over that because our mid laner is being pushed in here. So if someone were to move, it would not be Vel'Koz, it would be the Veigar. So we can't control that really. What I am going to do here is I'm going to pop Predator, press W, and run mid. I'm going to E here. There's the fear. And he's dead again. Beautiful. And now I have my ultimate up. So my ganks actually get a lot easier, though I've already managed to do a few ganks this game. But my farm is keeping up nicely. And I'm also just I'm getting some kills here. So this is honestly the perfect early game. I think Warwick's early game is kind of bad, honestly. It's not bad. Maybe that's a harsh way of putting it, but I don't view Warwick to be like that strong before level 6. He's good in 1v1 fights. Like if someone tries to fight you, you just right click them and go AFK, and there are only a certain amount of champions that can beat him there. But Warwick's rule strength comes a bit later on into the game, kind of that mid game. Really, when I finish my first jungle item, gonna get this. Gonna get the Cinderhulk here. It really comes when you get like the Cinderhulk, and then you become pretty indestructible, honestly. And that's that's where Warwick shines. funny that when he's unkillable, he's pretty bloody good. All right, now I've got my ultimate up. Ultimate on Warwick is a really good ganking tool. Whenever you're playing a champion that has a good ganking ulti, I don't really think that you want it off cooldown basically ever. So whenever it's up, I would suggest using it. Oh, that's cheeky. That's bad. This is really bad. Oh, I'm okay actually. For some reason, Kane took the dragon but didn't actually come down after, which is a bit strange. Fortunately, we kind of got away with that one, honestly. I think we deserved a bit worse there. But we did get summoners out of the bot lane, which is nice. So when you use your ulti on Warwick, you want to also pop your E, because... Wait, do you want to pop your E? Or am I thinking of my Q? You know what? Just ignore me. You don't need to pop your E when you ult. Unless you're team fighting, because then you get an AoE fear when you jump in. But you don't really need to pop your E when you're ulting, because you're just going to suppress your target anyway. But when you're about to walk up to someone with your Q, that's when you want to use your E. Unless what you can do with Warwick's ult, which is a bit cheeky, but you can do it, is you can just throw your ult into the middle of the enemy team, like just throw yourself in there with your E up, and then get that AoE fear without even hitting your ulti, which I wouldn't really recommend that. I don't think you should really use your ult outside of getting that suppression, because that suppression is really bloody strong. Dun. Yeah, I mean, this bot tower is really weak right here, so I either want to go and sit bot. Wow, my ulti has 0 cooldown. That's pretty crazy actually. I either want to sit bot to stop it from going down, to stop the tower from dying, or what I can do is just say that, you know what, that tower is fricked, and just ignore it. But I think I think I'm gonna go bot here. Let's do some things. I'm sizing up what boots I want to get this game as well, whether I want Merc Treads or Ninja Tabby. Looking at the enemy team, I would say probably Ninja Tabby. I don't want to make this decision based off of armor or MR. I want to make this decision based off of whether I need the CC reduction or not. Anyway, here comes my W, here comes my Predator. Oh, thank you. Hello. Nice. And honestly, the real CC on their team that Mercs blocks is the stun from Vega, and that's not really something. It's something that it will hit me if I misplay. Oh, this is bad. I'm gonna sniff this person and try and escape through it. Don't hook me. Okay, I'm good. Oof. Okay. We're fine. I can't really... Ooh. There's also the route from Zyra, I guess. But the things from Thresh, Mercs doesn't help me with. Like the Flay and the Q. Actually, it does help. It does help with the Q, doesn't it? It's not like a Blitzcrank grab or something like that. But yeah, I don't know. Fine. I didn't really set that one up particularly well, actually. Should have pressed W. Jesus Christ, my bot lane sucks. You know what? Let's just leave that lane. Well, unless Vel'Koz comes down. Don't know who's T. Okay, that's Vega. Oh no, this is terrible. Should have just ulted Thresh to begin with there. Got caught in two minds about whether or not I needed to use my ulti, and by the time I decided it was too late, and I actually just didn't get anything there. Okay, now what you witnessed right there, guys, is the difficulty of playing around your weak lane. If you try and help your teammates that suck, then that's kind of what happens. Having said that, if you feel like individually you are strong enough, you can still make plays. So you saw that I actually made quite a few amount of plays in that bot side. We got a few kills there. Because individually, me, myself, I was pretty strong. So it doesn't matter how weak my team was, because I was able to kind of carry the gank. Is he leaving? He's leaving. But that is the problem, is that when things just get a little bit when push comes to shove, you know, things just get a little bit scary, you know. It's a good escape. Ooh, Sion's in trouble now. Nope, he's good. Man, I'm a lower level than this Kane now. It was bad, man. What I'm going to do this game is I'm going to put 3 points into my W after maxing Q, and then I'll max E after. The aim of the game right now for me is to kind of just farm a little bit. This Ez is not going to be particularly useful until he gets his Mirror Mana plus Iceborne Gauntlet. Vel'Koz doesn't have a full item yet either. So I don't necessarily really want to play around. Oh gosh. Oh! No one saw that. God damn it. Okay. It's the same mistake I made before, in essence. You try and make plays around your teammates that aren't playing well, and this is what happens. Yeah, Vel'Koz was kind of caught there. I should have just left him to it. Okay. Hassan is right, we can still win this game. It's going to be a bit tricky, but we can still win. Right now we're losing because we're getting ganked a bit, and because we just had weak lanes. Okay, is Kane going to find him there? Close. But you know, I feel like in these team fights we can win. We have really good front line with Sion and me, and Vel'Koz honestly by himself can carry a team fight. kind of wanted to save my ult until after he flashed, but that's fine. Still, getting a flash from my ult is obviously worth it, so it's whatever. Do you mind, bro? Do you mind, bro? This is me jungle. Let's do our best to defend these towers here. We do have decent wave play with Vel'Koz. It's kind of hard for them to just take our towers. Oh, they're coming for Sion here. Let's push mid. Nope, Sion's already dead. He's already dead. He's not buying us any time here. Oh, Jesus. Do you want to chase that? Are you sure, buddy? Blast him, Goblet. That was close. Oh, Vel'Koz, buddy. Not like this. Okay, like this. Like this is fine. Oh, Ez, buddy, not like this. How does that thrash that in 2 hooks there? He's smurfing. Big smurfer dog. Big old smurfer dog. Alright, can we defend this tower? Yes, we can. Ooh, okay. Why does he do so much damage? Is he tank? He is tank. No, he does that much damage. Well, we know this guy doesn't have flash. Cheeky, that's Veigar. No, 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 let me Q, let me Q. Let me fear, let me fear. Oh, die! Ah! Nice, bros. Good job. Nice, team. Nice. Impossible. Really good job. Really good job. No way. Oh, team! My team is so good. What's going on? Good stuff, boys. Good stuff. Excellent. Excellent. Right, I'm going to recall here because I'm sitting on a lot of gold. Now, whereas my decision to get Merc Reds or Ninja Tabby was not based off of MR or Magic, MR or Armor, because when you do that, it's very gold inefficient. For example, if I were to buy my Merc Reds, that's 1100 gold for 25 Magic Resist, when 450 would give me the exact same. So you don't want to buy your tier 2 boots based off of resistances, but you do want to buy your other items based off of resistances, obviously. So that's why I'm going for the Spirit Visage, because they do have the Victor in the top lane and the Veigar in the mid lane. So that is the 2 solo laners stacking. They've got double AP there, so that's a lot of magic damage coming through from those lanes. But outside of that, obviously, you still got the Zai, you still got the Kayn, so I'm going to want to get some armor. And in general, armor is a more useful defensive stat than MR is, because armor works on towers and neutral objectives as well. So I'm going to press W here, going to press Predator. Didn't get the dragon, I don't think, but that's fine. I'm not going to ulti him because I didn't have enough people in the pit to follow up the damage. This could be a mistake though. Can't press E. Oh my god, there's too many shields. And here comes Ez with his 2-item power spike. What did we say? Well, for the exact reason I did not want to engage onto the Kayn there, I engaged onto the Victor over the wall, which was absolutely stupid. That was really not smart by me. And this goes back to using your E before you ulti. In this scenario, I 100% wanted my E up there because while my ultimate is going through, I'm getting beat up by his friends. And his friends hurt. And that 45% damage reduction would have been really, really useful. So I should have pressed R there before I jumped in. But it's all good. You know what you've done. 1, 2. It says it lasts for 2.5 seconds. It feels a lot longer than 2.5 seconds. It feels like 3 or 4. I could be wrong. Right. We're all in the mid lane again. It's fine. I don't care about that. Here comes Predator, here comes my ult, and I'm jumping in, I've hit Thresh, that's bad. But it's fine, because he is going to die here. Doesn't really matter who dies, just someone dies. We're distracting them on the sides here. Got my E up, I'm on the wrong side of this fight, aren't I? Got a massive AoE fear off, which doesn't seem like it's going to do much. Try not to get stunned here. Man, I really thought that AoE fear was going to do big stuff for us. Oh no, Ez dead is bad. Ez dead is not good. Okay, we're good, we're good, we're good. I see someone here. I kind of thought I'd have some backup there, that's my bad. Alright. Let's go for this Dead Man's Plate. Really good item on Warwick. If you haven't noticed, your move speed increases the range at which you can leap with your ulti. So that's really, really good to have the Dead Man's Plate, which gives you like ramping up move speed, because then you just jump in at 10,000 miles an hour, which obviously is accelerated with our W and our Predator. So really good stuff. This is the downside of not having press the attack, I think, actually, is... And maybe... now that I'm playing it, I kind of think press the attack is probably just better. Because I haven't really... I haven't really felt... like... an overwhelming usefulness coming out of my Predator that isn't being provided by my W already, if that makes sense. Like, my W is basically doing Predator's job right now. Like, I don't really need 2 of them. I don't think, because all I've got to do is jump in there. You know what? Let's just group up with my team. My team's going to get caught out here if they're not careful anyway. Could be farming the blue buff and all that stuff, but hey. Wow, this is a really bad Vel'Koz build. I haven't seen, yeah, that's interesting. I thought Luden's was core on Vel'Koz. And to get Deathcap second, that's extreme. That is very, very extreme. Especially against a Kayn. I would like to see a Morello's here. Like, Red Kayn has really good healing. Oh god, we're fighting. Alright, here comes my W. I'm popping Predator now as well. I am sort of beasting into this fight here. Gotta avoid that stun. I'm not going to jump in too deep here. 1 for 2 is still good though. I just think I would suicide here. I'm honestly not convinced that what I want to do here is a good idea. Let's just take this first. I'd like to get this crab, but it's way more important to get the dragon here. I could have voted him there. I thought he was way tankier than he is. He is not that tanky. Let's pull it out here. We need Sion though. He's coming. Alright, now this is a really easy steal for Kane. What? I can't get him in the wall? I guess that would make for a really weird interaction. Maybe he was just out of range actually. That was strange. I thought I could hit him in the wall still. Just like, it would just like suppress him on one side of the wall. That's fair enough. Today I learned what a thief. He took it with his sunfire. I'm falling a bit behind here on farm, as you can see. Kane is 195. I'm taking a lot of damage. I don't like it. Just someone just stop watch. That's not good. Nice. This Ez is so strong. But he's playing this fight kind of... Let's see what he does here, because he needs to carry this fight. So far he's been playing it quite passive though. Oh god. Yeah, see this is the thing. Oh. Ouch. He's not using his auto attacks much, and that was terrible. That was fucking awful. Excuse my French. That was really not good. Bless him. Well, yeah, this we lost a lot from this. One thing, if you've learned one thing from this game, by the way, one of the big things, farm is really important. Kane has kept farming and I've stopped farming, and now he's 2 levels up than me. So no, it doesn't matter if I have the better early game. In solo queue, games often go late because people don't know how to play macro. And when that happens, you want to be strong. And I am not really as strong as I want to be, honestly. So, part of the reason why we're losing this game is because I'm pretty squishy, because I don't have the items I want or the levels. Oh wow, I actually could have got him there, couldn't I? Sadly. Listen, buddy, I don't think you should be talking to me about anything after what you did in that team fight. Let's pop the Predator here. One advantage of Predator over pressing W is that my W has a animation and my Predator doesn't. Triple kill. I need some more armor, man. Look at me. Look at me getting melted there. This Kane really hurts. Somehow. Oh, I got ignited. That actually explains a lot, honestly. I didn't heal up anything from my ulti or my Q there. My role this game is just to be a really tanky frontline, so that's partially why playing Warwick is so easy as well. It's just there's no mechanics to this guy really apart from your ulti, and your role in a game is always really simple because it's always the same. As far at this point in the game, it's always just be tanky, jump in and be tanky. All right, start farming a bit more, Foxy boy. Boys, can we go in? if we... It does... And Kane was spawn. If we go aggro when I jump in, we would... God damn it, as if we're going to lose a game off of that. If we just pounce on Veigar when I jump in, he dies straight away. I don't understand. God damn it. You know what, guys? Okay. We're going to play a game of... What, am I right or am I wrong? Okay? We're going to play a game of am I right or am I wrong? Because I could be wrong here, okay? And it's important. It's important that you're as self-reflective as you can be. Good early game there. Decent mid-game comeback. But firstly, I did not like the fact I didn't have press the attack. And secondly, we sucked in team fights. Now, I'm gonna look at that back because I could be wrong. Now, the biggest reason I went on that one is because, firstly, I felt like they were out of position. Secondly, we had enough people around us in the mid lane to just kill them instantly because, you know, I mean, Ez by himself has so much damage. And I felt like we had good follow-up. If I go in, Sion can press R, you know, it's pretty easy to follow up on that one. So that's my logic, right? And then I know that Kane had recently respawned. So I was like, yo, let's go in. We can do it. Again, that's my logic. Let's see if I was correct. Let's see if I was correct here. So I go into the mid lane here. And wait, when does Kane respawn? Is he alive already? He is. Fucking hell. Okay, so I'm wrong on that front. But either way, let's see whether or not this works here. Okay. Yeah, we're getting zoned by the Veigar cage. That's the problem there. And we're still not going in. So the problem here, let's see if... So Sion ults at this point. Because he walks through this. That's good. But I think the Veigar cage just zones us off too hard. Does Sion not have... I can't even see. Does he not have ult? Yeah, this is just a bad engagement. Yeah, I don't know what this position is. Could we win this fight if he doesn't int it away like that? I just heavily underestimated the Veigar cage there, honestly. I mean, I actually think we win this fight. Well, I don't think we lose this fight, actually, if Ez doesn't jump in. This fight actually isn't as bad. Even if the engage isn't great, like this by itself is fine. Because Victor's dead here. Wait, god damn it, I've come back too far again. Like at this point, Victor is just dead. You know, like he's just gone. So even though the engage is botched here, and this is my bad because the Veigar cage just destroys us. I mean, I still don't know if Sion ult's up. If Sion's, I'm guessing it's not up, else he would be using it here. Yeah. Okay, I'm hoping that just came up. Anyway, like if we just that his face is pretty cool. If we just kill Victor here, like we don't jump in on him, we just kill him. This is actually a pretty good position for us because look at it. It's 3 right now. This is 4v3 still. Xayah shows up here and Kane shows up here, but at this point this is 4v3. So we kill Victor. No, don't jump in. This is not a time to jump in, buddy. If he just throws out some spells here and all that lovely business. Yeah, I don't know. That just sucks. Oh dear. So yeah, I mean, all in all, this team fight here comes down to, it's a bad engage. Yeah, his ult, Son's ult's not up. It's a bad engage, and we play it terribly. And I think if you take out either one of these two, I think this isn't too bad, honestly. But it's still not going to be good. But either way, it doesn't like. So here's the thing, right? This is the way you've got to look at it. If I think this is like, he did it like 3 times this game. He jumped in and just died. Okay, never mind. Like, the thing is, I can't control whether Ez jumps in and dies or not, okay? That's outside my control. That's none of my business. It doesn't matter. Like, it really does not matter. As far as I'm concerned, coming out of this game, this guy's positioning is none of my concern. Like, legit zero. The only thing I can take out of this is, like, what happened that relates to me? And that comes down to the engage. Like, the only thing I can change there is the engage. I can't change anything that happens to Ez. So when I look at that, I say to myself, okay, this is a bad engage. Even if I feel like it would be okay if we play it better, it's still like this. You're still putting your team in like a bad situation. I put my team in a bad situation with that engage, and that's the important thing, you know. And I think when you tilt in League, it's because you view too much of the second part. Oh, if only my team had done this. What if my team had done this? You know, all that stuff, all the ifs surrounding your team. You know, unless you think, you truly think, and I mean truly, and not just like you're tilted, right? Like, truly think that this was objectively a good play and your team just really ballsed it up. Unless you think that, then the only reason you should always look at yourself, and unless you think that it was always an objectively good play, your team just really messed it up. And the only reason you'll want to think that way is so that you can say to yourself, oh, it's okay, me changing my play here, me changing my behavior here would actually be negative. Like, the thing I learned from this is like, oh, this is okay, most of the time this would work out, right? But I'm going to say put a big asterisk on that, and a big warning sign, because I can almost guarantee you, if you're thinking that way, or if you open yourself up to that line of thought, you're going to think about that for everything. So be careful about how you apply that logic. But the important thing is, guys, yeah, just don't put your teammates in weird positions or difficult positions, and then have high expectations for them to kind of bail you out, or you know, to make to play it optimally if it's a difficult situation. And this is the perfect example, really. It's just a bad engage, which I think would be okay if we play it differently. But regardless, I put my team in a bad situation here by doing that. I'm waffling on here. I'm rambling on. I'm really rambling on here. But I think it's important to be able to just, yeah. I'm chatting shit at this point. But hopefully you got what I was trying to say. Thanks so much for watching the gameplay, guys. 2 thumbs up. Thumbs up if you liked it. Subscribe to me for more legends. Flick my bell so you can see when I'm uploading in the future. You guys are awesome. I love you all, and I'll see you in my next